Hey everybody, welcome back. So today I'm working on my backhoe. I got a Ford 535. This particular model has swing chains on for the swing cylinders that swings the backhoe back and forth. Well, I ended up breaking one, and it took me a minute to figure out how to fix it last time. So I struggled to order a new chain because it's a very hard particular chain to come across. But I learned a trick how to get these chains hooked back up again. I figured I would share my little secret. Okay, so what I got going on here is I broke this chain here. Ford, I don't know what it was, if somebody had a patent back then or what, but this is a 70s model backhoe. I'm not sure. I don't know. I have to look at the serial number. It's a Ford 535. But I broke this chain here. I have a field project that I have going on, clearing a tree line, and I use and abuse this machine. It gets used, and these things are not made for construction kind of work or any heavy duty use. These backhoes are just meant to dig a hole, and that's about it. So the reason I was posting this, the pain in the butt thing about these is trying to get these cylinders to hook back up here. So what I found is there's a line here. Like I said, don't quote me on this. I'm not a professional mechanic, but there's a best way to describe it to me, the way I understand it. This line goes from that cylinder to that cylinder. So the way I understand it is when one's going this way, that one's forcing air over to move this one, and then when you want to swing it the other way, so move it this way, it forces air to that one to help assist the swing. It's the only thing I don't like about this backhoe is them chains. So what I found is if I need to extend this cylinder here out to hook the chain up. So what I do is I'll take my typical just blow hose here, and I'll get it right on here. Hard to do to. So what I'll do is I'll fire the machine up. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll fire the machine up here. I'm not gonna, maybe I'll put you on the stand, but it'll be hard for me to explain why it's running. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire the machine up, and I'm gonna force air in here. So when I pull on the lever to extend that hole out to hook the chain up, I'm going to assist here. I'm going to put air on here, pull on the lever ever so slightly, and that cylinder should extend out just like this. So I figure I'll get you on a view here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply air like I just showed. I'm going to start the machine up, and I'm going to push the lever this way, so it's like it's going to turn the boom this way. And with me putting air on it to help assist it, that will extend out here to hook this link up. There we go. So if anybody has a 535, 550, I think even the 4500 backhoes, that's how I found how it's easiest to hook these up now. The hardest part is that center pin that's under these hoses. So you gotta pull, I found it's easier to pull the boom cylinder, drop that out of the way, and it's kind of a pain to hook it up. I'll, after I get this pin in here, I'll explain what I did. Go. I'll just get me a new cotter pin and yeah, I'll just get me a new cotter pin. There we go. Probably too long of a cotter pin, but we'll make it work. There we go. Okay, so all I did was I applied air on the end of that where that nipple is there, forced air, and then I pushed the lever this way, and what that did is it pushed the cylinder out that way. So when these swing chains break, it is a pain because you got to get, I found it's easier to remove this top boom cylinder, pull a pin out. Can't, if it focus. Anyways, let's see. Okay. So right there it is. So right there is that pin. Well, these hoses lay on top of that. So what I found was you pull this pin out, let the cylinder goes down. I take this wrecking bar, lift these hoses up, and then what I did on here is I found that with that cylinder out of the way, gives me direct access to basically drive that pin down. Now, last time I broke that chain, I had 3 hours just tearing this apart because everything was rusted up. now that I oiled everything and got it all back together, it comes right apart. Hardest part is sometimes you can get the cotter pin in this way, which I think I did last time, and honestly I'll probably do that again. Reason being is I can get my needle nose in here to grab the head of that cotter pin, and then on the back side basically I can help push it, hammer it out this way, and grab it just like this with twisting action. It is a pain. This is the only thing I dread on this backhoe. I just absolutely do not like the design of this. I do like this backhoe. It has a clutch in it. It's not shuttle shift. It has diff lock. It does go through a lot in the field and mud, but yeah, this is the only downfall on these machines, are these swing chains. It has great power for lifting and digging, so I'll get you guys set back up again, and I'm gonna fire the machine up, and you guys are gonna watch me put the cylinder back in. I'll put the cotter pin back in here, and hook that line back up that goes from cylinder to cylinder, and we're good to go. Hey guys, so I just finished this backhoe up. It's a very big pain to put these chains in. You almost need two people to help you out. It's no other way to explain it, but one person can do it. So if you break this chain, now they say online that short link, long link. Now you gotta check your backhoe, because if you break one of these things, I'm gonna give you guys a heads up. The best thing to do, determine before you go online, because you can get these aftermarket for like 250 bucks, and I ordered one and it was completely wrong. Reason being, the first thing you need to do is, if you break a chain, you need to measure from here to here, and that'll determine your pitch. Now I have these backhoes, from what I read online, came with a bigger heavy duty chain, and there was a standard chain. This is the heavier duty one. So you measure from the center of here to the center of here, and this is 1 3/4 inches. So if you have 1 3/4 inches, you have the heavier duty chain, and that's a bad thing. The reason I say that's a bad thing is because if you break this chain, you have to go to the dealer. There's no way about it. I tried searching my local areas that sell chain, and they cannot come up with it. If you don't have the heavier duty chain, like I said, when you measure from here to here, if you have 1.5 inches, they are half the price. So that's the good thing about that, is the aftermarket is readily available. If you have the heavier duty one that's 1 3/4 inches, you have to go through the dealer. And if you break this side here, because this has got a longer link, now it's hard to explain when you talk to the parts guy on the phone. You know, do you have long link or short link? Is it left hand or right hand? It's confusing. So the way I went on it is the long link here, because this side's longer than the right side. If you break the left side, so if you're standing behind the machine, basically driver's side, or if you want to compare it to a vehicle, driver's side or left hand side, you are looking at 7704901. Now I believe the right side would be, the last three would be 900. So 01 would be the left side. So yeah, so this was fun putting back together. Very much of these info on these backhoes online, so I figured I would show my rough time, I should say. 3-cylinder diesel, has nice power. You know, it picks up more than ever. So maybe my next project on this thing I'll film is this injection pump. It's leaking right out the back here on the bottom. Seal's bad, so when I get caught up here with farming and planting, I will do a video on this. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to tell you. So when you go to put this pin in, here where it meets these two chains, so these two chains, they mate together. You got the right side chain has 2 links, and then on this side here has 3 links, and they mate together. So when you put this pin in, don't do what I did. I wasn't thinking here because I was kind of rushing this. Don't put this pin in with the hole going this way, if this makes any sense, because there's a cotter pin that goes on the bottom and a cotter pin that goes on top. So what you want to do is, you want to, instead of going this way with it, you want to go this way with it. Reason being is because when you go to put this on top, you have to fish inside. You have to get that cotter pin underneath these hoses and go this way if you have it the way I do. Now if you go the other way like I tell you and go this way, you can come in from the front, lift these hoses up, take a pair of needle nose, drive it in, and then on the back take a pair of, or take a flat head screwdriver and just twist it, and then you can spread it apart. So if you break this again like I did before, I was thinking, you just put the pin in this way and then pull it out this way. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to pull it out and replace it. Ask me how I know. So, thanks again. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow along. I'll pop some more videos up. Thanks.